This is our almost antique Volkswagen Golf. Yeah, it's 21 years old. That's weird. So in trying to teach it a hill start, there was some rollback, and there may have been some over revage, and there may have been some clutch poppage, and then something went and nothing works. And well, today we're going to find out what the problem is. I think it might be just a broken CV shaft. That'd be amazing. So if you're wasting your time and you're along for the ride, let's check it out. Well, found what's broken. This is the CV shaft, passenger side. It's supposed to connect right up in there, and it doesn't. So looks like we're doing the disassembly part of changing the CV shaft. Who knew that a 21-year-old Golf had enough torque to break a CV shaft? They don't. It's a 21-year-old CV shaft. I've never done this before with the broken one. I'm pretty sure I can just pull this nut and press that thing right back out of there. That's what I'm hoping for. I need the brakes off to replace it later, probably, maybe. I don't know. Right now, I'm going to try to just do the CV shaft and see what happens. In this job, the most important tool is my wife's old exercise mat that she was trying to throw away. It makes you not even feel the tiny little pebbles. Okay, there's the other end of that broken shaft right there. You can see it. Here's the fasteners that hold that on. You can see those. And in true Volkswagen European vehicle fashion, they are what's called a triple square M8 socket. That's what fits those. And they've been in there for 20 some years. They're probably seized and in there at 700 foot-pounds. I'm gonna take this punch. I'm gonna put it right in there. And I'm gonna smack it and try to shock them just a little bit, each one of them. And we'll see if we can get them out. Now, on this end, I don't think I'm gonna have to take the brakes off. I think I can just pull this ball joint. Probably I'll do it by pulling these 3 bolts right here on top. Well, nuts on the bottom really. And just swinging this whole thing out. I probably will have to take the sway bar link off, I would guess. I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess. And then we'll be off to the races. At least that's the hope. Remember, we're learning together. I don't really know. They came out. They're right there. All gone. Here's the other side of the shaft right there. And they spun right out. I didn't even strip any. There were a couple that made me pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie. So there's the shaft. There's where it broke off. Sheared it right off. That's supposed to connect there. Just like that. And well, it doesn't anymore. Good times. So I'm gonna order a new shaft and then we'll be back into it, I guess. Awesome. By way of review, this is our Volkswagen Golf. It's a 2003, yeah, 21 years old. And it broke this, but you knew this because you're already watching the video. That goes in there. The new one arrived today and we're gonna try to put it in. I'm hoping I can do it without unhooking any of this. Hoping I can slide it right in here, right over there. I got the wheel turned all the way to the right. Maybe there's enough room. I honestly have no idea. We're learning this together. I've never done this before. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, besides rapid, unscheduled, unauthorized disassembly while driving. This right here is the end off the old shaft. These clips go on this way, and then the bolts go through them. So I'm just gonna transfer them to the new shaft. Don't scratch the paint. It wouldn't go with the zip tie. Transfer them there, put the bolts in, and then we're gonna add the grease that came with this to this. So I'll show all the bolts in place. It came with this tube of grease. We're just gonna squish all of it in there as evenly as we can. There it is. You can also see the gasket that's right there. Fits around all the bolts. Now we're gonna try to get this in there without losing everything. Good times. All right, there it is. It's up in there. I need to torque it in. I made a big greasy mess, but that's all right. It'll wipe up. I did have to take the sway bar link off and swing it out of the way to get it in there. And I got it in, and I straightened my wheels a little bit, and everything's good. Spin that on, put it all back together. I owned one of these cars back before the YouTubes. You had to have a book for everything. So here's your torque specs. We are working on the the inner CV to drive bolts M8, 30 foot-pounds. We're gonna torque them. There they are, all torqued in. Like I made a greasy mess. Maybe you'll be cleaner than me. Maybe you're working on, you know, a hoist instead of a dirt floor. Who am I kidding? If you got a hoist money, you're paying somebody to do it. I'm gonna torque this now. I'll show you the page in the book that explains that. I'm gonna reinstall that sway bar link. And then I'm gonna try to get this back, you know, moving again, because that's kind of what it's for. Okay, here's where you're looking. Drive axle hub nut, 12 points. Step 1, 148 foot-pounds. Step 2, loosen half a turn, 180 degrees. We're gonna do that. Roll the vehicle forward. I'm not gonna do that, but we'll turn it. Then 37 foot-pounds, then 60 degrees. How's that for complicated? We're gonna do the 148 and the loosen half turn. That's what we're gonna do. Your torque wrench set. Lock it with a pry bar or just a big screwdriver. You see what's going on here? Yeah, okay. And we're gonna torque it. Here we go. There it is. Now, loosen half turn. No big deal. Sure, why not? Lock it the other way. And bring her around. Half a turn, right there. Okay. Then it says step 3, roll vehicle forward half a turn, clockwise, 180 degrees, tighten to 37. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna roll the vehicle forward or clockwise, 180 degrees. So those things are on the bottom. This is facing straight up. We're gonna put it facing straight down. That would be 180 degrees, right? Clockwise. Here we go. There we go. 37 foot-pounds. We'll reset the torque. The studs, it's quite a torque adjustment. 37 is not much. There it is. And then an additional 60 degrees. I'll show you something somebody taught me. It made sense to me. I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, if you want to be real fussy on your 30 degrees, you can put a mark here above that point, skip a point, and then just mark it and line those up. I'm just going to do it with the breaker bar about 30 degrees. That's what we're going for here, but you'll get the point. I don't know if you can see the paint, but the eyeball meter breaker bar thing got pretty close. I'm going to reinstall the stabilizer bar link. It'll be link to control arm bolt. 11 foot-pounds is some serious torque. There it is. Okay. We're going to put the wheel back on, which, if you were wondering, according to the book, is 87 foot-pounds. And then we're going to go drive this thing, I hope. There it is after the test drive. She ain't pretty, but she's paid for. And she drives. You can probably do it. I mean, maybe. I don't know you. Give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?